Voicemail from the future. The message. Opening static. A low hum, like a failing machine holding itself together. Then a boy's voice, young but haunted. Boy, calm. Whispering, Mom, if you're hearing this, then they let me send it. They told me there was only enough charge for one message. One chance to make it right, and I chose you. Boy, you don't know me, not yet, but I know you. I've memorized the ultrasound from when I was 31 weeks. I've heard your voice reading lullabies you never got to sing. I've lived with the echo of your heartbeat since mine began. And that's why I have to tell you something terrible. Boy, you die on November 18th, 2031, at 8:47 p.m. on Route 72, heading home from your sister's house. The report says it was an accident, but it wasn't. Dad did it. He made sure the brakes failed, and he made sure I died with you. Boy, cold edge. I know it sounds impossible, but I've seen the evidence. He wanted you gone. He didn't want a son. He didn't want the hospital bills. After the crash, they mourned you. But there were whispers, GPS deletions. Then blackout orders. They buried the truth, and they buried us. Boy, except 2 years later, they dug me up. My body had been cryopreserved. When the Temporal Restoration Initiative launched, I was selected for revival, not for love, for data. They wanted to see if a child who'd never breathed could remember death. What I remembered was you. Boy, I'm sending you this message to beg you. Don't get in the car. On November 18th, 2031, call a rideshare. Take the long way home. Do anything. But don't drive your car. He already cut the brake line. Boy, desperation. You were going to name me Elias. It was written in your journal. You believed I would change the world. But I never got the chance. Until now. Boy, if this message reaches you and you survive, everything changes. The future where I was revived may never exist, and I'm okay with that. Because if I never get to be born, but you get to live, it's worth it. Boy, I love you, Mom. I was born in death. But I lived in you. Please don't forget. Please don't get in that car. Soft glitch. It's a heartbeat fading, then gone. AUTOMATEDVOICE. End of message. The choice. Mira stood in her kitchen, world tilting. 7 months pregnant, she pressed her palm against her belly, feeling movement within. The voice had been so young, so heartbreakingly familiar. Her son, the child she carried, speaking from a future that shouldn't exist. The front door opened. Her husband entered, shaking rain from his coat. David, you ready to go? Should be an easy drive to your sister's. Mira didn't turn around. Her reflection in the window showed a woman frozen between worlds. Mira, I listened to a message today. David, from who? Mira, from the future, from Elias. The change was immediate. His easy smile faltered, eyes growing cold. David, Mira, whatever you think you know. Mira, stop, don't lie to me, not now. She held up a flash drive. Mira, this has a copy. I made backups. Sent one to my sister. If anything happens to me, you won't just lose your reputation. You'll lose your freedom. David, you'd threaten me. Mira, no, I'm surviving you. She headed for the door, pausing. Mira, I don't know what you were, or what changed you, but I'm not dying for your secrets, and neither is our son. The investigation. Mira sat in the hospital parking lot, calling Detective Carmen Rodriguez, a college friend. Carmen, Mira? This is a surprise. Mira, Carmen, I need your help. I think my husband might be involved in something illegal. Carmen, what kind of illegal? Mira, financial fraud, maybe insurance fraud. How would I find out about his finances? Carmen, joint accounts, tax returns, insurance policies. Look for inconsistencies. What about something called the Ether Fund? Carmen, pause. Where did you hear that name? Mira, why? Do you know it? Carmen, that's an active investigation. If your husband is involved with either fund, you need to be very careful. Mira, I'm scared. Carmen, where are you? Mira, police station parking lot. Carmen, come inside. We need to talk. The truth. Carmen, I've been working the Either Fund case for 6 months. Shell company involved in money laundering, connected to several suspicious deaths. Mira, deaths. Carmen, wives of investors. All ruled accidental, all heavily insured. Mira's hand went to her belly. Carmen, the pattern is always the same. Men with financial problems get involved with Either Fund. They take out large insurance policies on their wives. Then, accidents happen. Mira, how many women? Carmen, 7. In the past 3 years, car accidents, house fires, drowning incidents. Always perfectly orchestrated. Carmen, we've never had advance warning before. Never had a potential victim who knew what was planned. Mira, what do you need from me? Carmen, everything you can tell me about tonight. The confrontation. Back home, Mira wore a wire. Police surrounded the house. David sat in his chair, suspicious. David, why did you leave? Why didn't you go to Sarah's? Mira, I was scared. The message made me paranoid. I thought you were going to hurt me. David, what message? Mira, someone pretending to be our son. From the future. It felt so real. He knew things about you. About your business. About the other fund. David's expression changed immediately. David, who mentioned either fund? Mira, the voice. He said you were involved. That you owed them money. David, what exactly did this voice tell you? Mira, that you were going to kill me. Tonight. That you'd sabotaged my car. David, that's impossible. I never. Mira, Mrs. Chen saw you. Tuesday night. In the garage. With tools. I called the police. They found the brake line cut. David, after a pause. How much do you know? Mira, about the insurance policy. The other women. All those accidents. David, I never wanted to hurt you. But they have my daughter. Mira, what daughter? David, from my first marriage. Emma, she's 8 and they have her. Either fund isn't just money launderers. They're human traffickers. They find men with problems and use them. Mira, so you chose to kill me. David, I chose to save my daughter. They'll kill her I don't do this. Mira, there has to be another way. David, there is no other way. Mira, what if I told you I've been working with the police, that they're ready to move against either fund? David, it doesn't matter. Even if they arrest some, there are others. Mira, what if they can get to Emma first? David, how? Mira, the voicemail contained information, including where they're holding Emma. David, this is insane. Mira, does it matter if it saves Emma's life? David, where is she? Mira, first, you surrender to the police. Tell them everything about either fund. David, they'll kill me. Mira, not if they're all arrested first. David broke down. David, I'm so sorry, Mira. Mira, I know. But it's not over. It's just beginning. The rescue. Detective Rodriguez led the tactical team to the abandoned warehouse. The voicemail's information was precise. Emma was on the 3rd floor, northwest corner. They found her reading by lantern light. Emma, are you the police? Tactical leader. Yes, sweetie. We're here to take you home. Emma, is my daddy okay? Carmen, your daddy is fine. He's waiting for you. Emma, will I get to meet my new mommy too? Daddy told me about her. She's going to have a baby. Carmen, yes, sweetie. You'll meet her too. The reunion. At the police station, David sat cuffed, having confessed everything. Emma ran to him when Carmen brought her in. Emma, Daddy, I was so scared. David, I know, baby. But it's over now. Emma, are you going to jail? David, yes, probably. But you're safe now. Emma, who's that? Mira stood in the doorway, hand on her belly. David. Emma, this is Mira. She's the one who saved you. Emma, you're Mingdu mommy? Mira, if you want me to be. Emma, is it true you're having a baby? Mira, yes, a little boy. His name is Elias. Emma, can I help take care of him? Mira, I'd like that very much. New beginning. 3 months later, Mira sat in the nursery, baby Elias in her arms. Emma colored on the floor. Emma, Mrs. Peterson said my story about the time-traveling boy was the most creative in class. Mira, that's wonderful. Emma, do you think Daddy will be able to come to the assembly? Mira, we can record it for him. Gemma, how much longer? Mira, a while, but he's helping catch the bad men. Carmen visited with good news. Carmen, we arrested the last of the leadership this morning. It's really over. We identified 47 potential victims who were saved because of your information. Emma, what about Daddy? Carmen, his cooperation was extraordinary. The prosecutor is recommending a reduced sentence. He could be home in 18 months. Emma, when Elias is walking. Carmen, maybe even talking. The homecoming? 18 months later, David returned home. Emma had made a welcome home Daddy banner. Emma, Daddy. David, my beautiful girl, you're so tall. Emma, I'm 9 now. And look, this is Elias. Mira handed the baby to David. Elias, Dada. David, he knows me. Emma, I showed him your picture every day. Sometimes I think he could see you anyway. David, someone was there, wasn't there, Elias? Elias. Dada, Dada. David, that's right. Daddy's home. And he's never leaving again. The mystery deepens. Months later, Mrs. Chen discovered additional security footage from the night David sabotaged the car. It showed something impossible. A young boy, maybe 8, emerging from shadows and approaching David. Mrs. Chen, I've never seen him before. On screen, the boy argued with David, then began repairing the brake line David had cut. Mira, that's impossible. The brake line was cut. Mrs. Chen, keep watching. The boy fixed the damage, then looked directly at the camera, smiled, and waved. It was unmistakably Elias, not the baby, but an older version. Emma, it's him, isn't it? Baby Elias, but grown up. Mira, that's impossible. Emma, maybe he's still there. Maybe he's still watching over us. Baby Elias giggled in his stroller, reaching toward something invisible. Emma, he's looking at his older self. Mira, Emma, that's not possible. Emma, if he could send a message from the future, why couldn't he come back to help? Mira, because that's not how time works. Emma, how do you know? Maybe you don't know how it works. Full circle, years passed. The family healed and grew. David worked at a nonprofit helping crime victims. Emma became a teacher. Elias grew into a brilliant, curious boy who sometimes stared at empty corners and smiled. In 2055, in a timeline that might never exist, 21-year-old Elias Morrison sat before a temporal transmission device. Dr. Chen, are you ready? Elias, as ready as I'll ever be. Dr. Chen, once you send the message, this future may cease to exist. Elias, I'm sure, if I can save my mother, save my family, this future doesn't matter. Dr. Chen, beginning transmission in 3, 2, 1. As the machine hummed to life, Elias felt his consciousness pulled across time. He saw his mother, young and pregnant, standing in their kitchen. Elias's mom. If you're hearing this and they let me send it. He told her everything, pouring 21 years of love across impossible distances. Elias, I love you, Mom. I was born in death, but I lived in you. Please don't forget. Please don't get in that car. As the transmission ended, Elias felt his world dissolving. In saving his mother, he had unmade himself. But in unmaking himself, he had created something far more powerful than any timeline. He had created a family. The garden. In the new timeline, 50-year-old Mira sat in her garden, watching grandchildren play. Emma visited with her own children. David built a treehouse with their son Elias, now a grown quantum physicist. Mira, do you ever wonder what would have happened if things had been different? Emma, we wouldn't be here. None of us would be here. Mira, do you think he's still out there, the other Elias? Emma, he's everywhere. In every moment we've shared, every laugh, every day we've had together. Elias, calling, Mom, come see what we built. As Mira walked toward the treehouse, she felt a familiar presence, a gentle hand on her shoulder, a whisper in her ear. Thank you for believing in me, Mom. Thank you for choosing love. She smiled, looking up at her living, breathing son. Mira, thank you for choosing us, Elias. All of us. Emma, what did you say? Mira, I was just thinking about how grateful I am for all of this, for our family. Emma, because of everything. Mira, yes, of everything. As she climbed toward the treehouse, Mira felt the presence one last time. Not goodbye, but a promise. A promise that love transcends time, that families are forever, and that sometimes, when people love each other enough, miracles happen, even impossible ones.